Hello children, welcome to our mathematics lesson. Today we are learning about place values of whole numbers. Today we are learning place value of whole numbers from the ones all the way to the trillions. I am Mr. Christopher Emma. Quickly, let's look at the lesson objectives. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to, number one, define place value and value. Number two, identify the different periods and groups in place value. Number three, systematically write the place value from ones to trillions. And the last one, express numbers using the place value charts, figures, and words. Are you ready? Let's go. Alright, briefly, look at this. You can see there are two shoes here. Shoe A and the shoe B. Very good. Shoe A costs 2,000 naira and shoe B costs 5,000 naira. These are two different shoes. And believe me, they're not sold the same. They have different price tags. Right. So, my question for you is, as you've seen the shoe A and shoe B vividly, as we have seen so far, shoe A and shoe B. So my question for you is, sorry, I'm coming. My question for you is, which shoe is more expensive? If you had to keep one safe, which will you handle with more care? Why is it that? Let's go back to the shoe. Good. So this is the shoe A. Yeah. And shoe B is here. If you look at it very closely, you will understand or see with me that shoe B is more expensive than shoe A. That means shoe B is more valuable than shoe A. You know why? Because shoe B probably may last longer than shoe A. So these are the things we need to consider in this lesson, then we move further. Alright, so if we are going to the next part of the lesson, which are understanding the keywords. Here we have this. All the things that we're going to have now, place value. Place the position of a digit in a number. So we have ones, tens, hundreds, and etc. Thousands, you can tell that. The typical example of this is, for instance, a cup being placed on the table, and your mom instructed you to go to the table to get the cup. So what will you do at that instance? So what you're going to say to your mom is, Mom, is it a cup on the table? The mom will respond, yes, the cup on the table. So that is the position of that cup. You get the point. The next part of it is value. Value, what the digit is worth, depending on its place. Remember when I showed you the shoe, the video of the shoe, like what the two shoes, these are different values, 2,000 and 5,000. So the value of this shoe A is 2,000 and the value of shoe B is 5,000. Hope you are following up. Good. So, next part of it is the digit. Any of the symbols 0 to 9 used to form numbers. You can know we use symbols to form numbers. For instance, if I write 160, is it a number? This is a number. But there are 3 digits in that number. Digit 1, digit 2, and digit 3. So it forms 160. Is that understood? Okay, briefly, we are going to move further. We don't have time, so we're going to move further to the next part of the lesson. So here we have the period. A period of a group of 3 digits separated by commas for easier reading. You understand this later in the next part of the lesson, like where we have fully introduced the lesson. This one are just the lesson keywords. Is that understood? Alright, we move further. Splitting numbers into periods. Very good. Main lesson. Place values of whole numbers, splitting numbers into periods. Whole numbers are grouped into periods of 3 digits from right to left. We have period 1, period 2, period 3, period 4, and so on and so forth. So for the ones period, there are 3 places of one period. We have ones, that's the units, some call it the some call it the units or the ones place. We have the tens, we have the hundreds. This alone constitute into ones period or the unit period. The next part of it is the thousands period. Thousands period, we have thousand itself, 10,000 and 100,000. So all these form the thousands period because they all have thousands in each of them. You get it? The next part of it is millions period. The millions period, we have the million itself, the 10 millions, 100 millions, because they all have millions. I believe you are following up the lesson. And then we have the billions period. The billions periods are the billions, 10 billions, 100 billions. And lastly, for your level, we have the trillions period, which are the trillion itself, 10 trillions, and 100 trillions. Hope you are following up in the class. This one is looks like more colorful than the first one, as I showed you. So this is the ones period, ones, tens, hundreds. We have the thousand period, which is these as I've seen. Let's pause it. Which of these colors is your favorite? Like, is it the green, the pink, the orange, or is it the red? Yeah, the blue, the yellow. Which of the colors there do you prefer? Do you love? Is your favorite? Is the best? Is what you like most? So I think if you know of any of these colors, I think my best color is blue. I don't know what is yours. Very good. So you can pick your best color from this. So you're going to tell me the period of your best color. Is that understood? Alright, I believe you're following up the lesson. Could we move further to the next part of the lesson, which is the systematical displacement or placing of the place value chart. So we have the tens. Remember, from the 10 we have the ones or the units. We have the tens, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, 10 millions, 100 millions, billions, 10 billions, 100 billions, and we have trillions. It's very easy to remember this, as easy peasy. What you need to do is to remember the period that we've learned before, which is ones period we have ones, tens, hundreds. Thousand period we have thousands, 10,000, 100,000. So it's just a repetition of the same thing. The core things here are ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, trillions. So if you know all the components of the ones period, which are ones, tens, hundreds, you can easily get the next part of it. Next, after ones, tens, hundreds, we have thousands. Combine it again. 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. Next is million. 10 millions, 100 millions. Next is trillion. Next is billion rather. 10 billions, 100 billions. And the last one is trillions. 10 trillions, 100 trillions. So if you understand this very part of the ones period, then you pick the thousands, the millions, the billions, and the trillions. You are good to go. Are we ready? So let's memorize it once again. So we have the ones units, which is what you have seen so far. Then we have tens, hundreds. Now we have thousands. Combine the 10 and the 1,000. That gives us 10,000. Hundreds, 100,000. Then we move to million. Combine it again. 10 millions, 100 millions. We move to billions. Combine it again. 10 billions, 100 billions. Then we move to trillions. So you can see that as displayed here. So we have the digit example, we have the values, we have in words. So 7 is the digits and the value of 7 is still 7. So the value of one's units or one's place or unit place remains the same. So it's 777. So we have the 10, which is 5, 50. That is 5 times 10 is 50. You know that. You understand this better in the next part of the lesson. Oh yes, this is very important. Systematic table of place values, 1 till trillion. This is very important. We have even gone beyond trillions. Now I used to see some of the children saying zillion. Take your time close and look at all those things starting from your ones place. Do you see anything like zillion? We don't have such in place values or in mathematics as a whole. People just say it as an overstatement like zillion, but such a word doesn't exist in mathematics dictionary. You get the point I'm making? So when you get to trillions, next is 10 trillions, 100 trillions, then we move to quadrillions, 10 quadrillions, 100 quadrillions, we move to quintillions, 10 quintillions, 100 quintillions, we move to sextillions, 10 sextillions, 100 sextillions, we move to, what do you move to? We move to septillions, rather, this is a mistake. We have 10 septillions, 100 septillions, then we move to octillions, 10 octillions, 100 octillions, we move to nonillions, 10 nonillions, 100 nonillions, we move to decillions, 10 decillions, 100 decillions. So it keeps on going. So we don't have anything like zillion. Is that understood? But for your level, please, we can stop at trillions. But if you want to, surprise your cousins that are bigger than you, your niece, your nephew, or whoever that you think is bigger than you can just learn all this. And the person will be like, wow, you are a big boy or you are a smart girl. Alright, we move further. Let's look at this example. We have this number, I believe, can you read this number out? It's too large, big, is that what you think? Yes, but in our next class, believe me, you'll be able to read number as big or bigger than this. So for now, let's just manage it, like we can read the number for now. But for the sake of those that will understand, we can read this number very easy. So the first three here is the ones period. Remember the period? We have the thousand, we have the million, we have the billion, we have the trillion. So this is read as 3 trillion and 78 billion 526,000 million rather 413,579. Take it over again. 3 trillion and 78 billion 526 million 413,579. Very easy. Alright. So now the question is this. So in the next slide, you understand better. Let's go. Yes. So the question is, what is the place value of this 3 and the value of this 3? What's the place value of this 4 and the value of this 4? What's the place value of this 5 and the value of this 5? So let's look at it. The place value of 3, if you put your unit, because this place is the unit or 0 because unit has no 0 at all. Like tens has 1 0, but unit has no 0. So the ones place I can ONE1, that's short form. So if you put your unit tens, hundred, thousand, tens of thousand, hundred of thousand, million, 10 million, 100 million, billion, 10 billion, 100 billion, you will know that the place value of 3 is just where this 3 is positioned. So it is 100 billion. That's the place value. So the place of this 3 is at 100 billion, as you've seen here. And what is the value of 3? The value of 3 will be 3 times 100 will give us what? 3 times 100 will give us 300. So if 3 times 100 gives us 300, so that's, if you look at this place very well, you will know the number of zeros, the digits they have. You get the point I'm making? So this will help you to determine the value of that question you have. 3 will be 3 times 100, as I said earlier, which gives us 300. And then how many zeros has billion? Billion has 9 zeros. You get it? So there are 9 zeros in billion. So we have 300, then you add the 9 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You get it? So the value of 3 is 300 billion. The next one, the place value of 4. Let's go to 4. 4 is unit tens, hundred, thousand, tens of thousand. You get it? That's the place value of 4, tens of thousand. And the value of 4 would be 4 times 10, 40. Then you add your thousand. Thousand is 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3. And the place value of 5 is 5 times, that is 10. And the value of 5 is 5 times 10, which is 50.